Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse. And today we have a quick little video. I hope it's going to be quick and little, but I am still battling transferring virtual machines from VMware to Proxmox, and I did a video where I didn't get very far because I was gonna try and install the drivers on Proxmox and it didn't work at all. So I was suggested in the comments, there was a lot of great comments in the comment section, that I should remove VMware tools before importing the virtual machine into Proxmox, which makes perfectly good sense, and I totally didn't think of that. So in this video we're gonna uninstall VMware tools and then we're gonna try and import it into Proxmox and see if we have better luck. So let's go to the computer. At the computer we are. So yeah, I have this virtual machine here. So switching over to my computer, we can see that I have this machine here, this virtual server here, that I would really like to copy over to Proxmox so that I have that machine on my Proxmox. I could reinstall it, but yeah, that is not always the best option. I work with a lot of servers that has had very expensive consultants come in to configure software on the servers, and reinstalling those would be consultants coming in again and charging a fortune to do the work once again just to have the server on another system. So if I could move this server over instead of having to reinstall it, it might in some cases save a lot of money. Not in my case, it's just me being I want to do this and then I'm lazy and I don't want to reinstall it if I don't have to. It's not an important server, it's just a jump server, but apparently I have messed it up with VMware tools, so it won't come over. So we're gonna try and do a little, this is weird sometimes. I want to take a snapshot of it so that if I mess it up, we can go back to before I messed it up. So you can take a snapshot when it's running. I like to take the snapshot when it's not running. We're gonna be nice and we're gonna shut it down nicely. It's actually gonna be using the VMware tools to shut it down nicely. So we're using the VMware tools for that, but it has shut down now. So now we can take our snapshot, take snapshot, or we can give it some name. Before uninstall, that's probably fine. Take that. And that only takes a second. So now we'll power it up again, power on. And if we go in and see the snapshot, there's snapshot and manage snapshot, we can see that we have a snapshot here and now we are here. So if we mess this up, we can jump back to there. So yeah, that's what the snapshot is about. It's a really good tool to prevent yourself from messing up stuff, which we all do sometimes. So let's go into the server. We have it here. I'll just log into it. There we are. And we are in. Oh, it's found a new network. Okay, never mind. Then we go into the settings right there. And we get this window, which is too big. Oh, consider changing your password. Yeah, I will. Done. System. And here we have application and features. And here we can see all the crap that I have installed on this machine. And one of the reasons why I don't want to do it again is I am using that crap. Well, we have VMware tools down here. We have some other VMware stuff as well, because I have been using this as a jump server, and one of the big points of this jump server was to be able to jump onto the jump server and actually control the VMware host. So therefore it has had VMware stuff installed forever and ever. VMware then changed it so that you were configuring it on a web page using HDMI 5,
That was a shit show, by the way. But all we're gonna do is try and uninstall this. There we go. And it's gonna be uninstalling, and hopefully it's not gonna be taking forever and ever. Should be fairly quick. And when it's done with that, it's gonna be asking us to reboot. And we're gonna reboot and we're gonna shut it down. Actually haven't deleted it over on Proxmox. I will do that before we import it. But yeah, it asked me to reboot because now it has uninstalled VMware tools there, and it will reboot. I'm just gonna boot it and then I'm gonna shut it down so that if it has to remove anything weird while booting here, which is sometimes the case with drivers that are running stuff or managing stuff like the display and all that good stuff, they can be uninstalled while shutting down, and they can even, and sometimes it will even be cleaning up a little bit more when it turns on the server again. So that's why we're gonna give it a full cycle of reboot before we shut it down and then we import it over to Proxmox. Okay, it's getting there. I was getting nervous. I was actually more or less about to kick it, but then it decided that it wanted to work with us, and it's coming up again. In the meanwhile, I have actually went over to Proxmox and I've gotten rid of it over here. So we're gonna be importing it again, but first we're gonna log in here. Yeah, there. And we just needed to be in here to shut it down. So let's go in and we're gonna shut it down nicely. And this is planned. This is part of our evil plan to move it over to other hardware. There, it seems to be down. So Proxmox, here we come. So this is the Proxmox interface. It doesn't look as streamlined as VMware, but it's way cheaper, and it's also not VMware. So let's go VMware. I did this in a previous video. We have made this storage unit. In the later releases of Proxmox, you can make this VMware thing where you connect to your VMware host, and it sees all the machines over there. It's kind of it looks at the hard drive and it sees the files, and then you can select your jump server like this one here or any of the other servers, and you can import them, and it just takes the files from the VMware storage place and it puts them over to Proxmox, and it does a lot of the work for you. So let's see what happens if we do that. We are gonna be changing a little bit of stuff here, like the CPU here. It's beneficial to go with the host CPU, which they have unfortunately put in the bottom. It would be very cool if they would put that at the very top, because that is often used. Then it wants to use 8 socket and 2 cores. We're gonna see 1 socket, and we're gonna give it 4 cores, and we're gonna give it a lot less memory. So 4 gigabytes of memory, and the rest of this stuff looks to be okay. Should I give it a new number? I think we'll give it a new number just for because the other one, the old one, was called 103, and if there is any old crap laying around, we don't want that. And then it tells me that the CD-ROM drive cannot be imported. That's okay. Advanced tab. Yeah, we have this disk, and Proxmox, Windows and Proxmox don't usually like this SCSI controller, I have found, but it usually works with this SCSI controller. So there is that. And then we have the DVD drive, we don't need that, and the rest is okie dokie. it uses a very standard Intel network card, and that is fine for getting this up and running. You don't want to stress it with anything too fancy, like we really want to get it over to these drivers here, but well, it doesn't have these drivers right now. So if I pick that, the network is going to be disabled when I get it over there. So I'm just going to leave it with the standard thing here. So we're going to import, and it's gonna do that. It's gonna take a little bit of time because it's 100 gigabytes of hard drive that it has to move over, but even so, it's usually quick-ish. Let's see, it should come and tell me that now it's done 1% and 2% and 3%. But the first percent usually takes a little bit because I don't know why, because but there we are. We don't have to wait for this. We're gonna be right back when it's over. Okay, I must admit that took quite a bit longer than I was expecting. And it crashed in the, well, it was 60% done and then it crashed. I think it was my fault. I started checking something on this in this web browser, and I somehow lost contact to it. So I had to restart it. I created it the same way as last time. So that is done. So before we do anything stupid with it over here, we should probably also do a snapshot over here. But we're gonna make sure that it runs first, and then we're gonna make a snapshot, and then we're gonna try and install, see if we can install anything on it, or if this is just another failure. Usually takes a while the first time, so I'm not gonna bother you with that. Okay, it didn't actually take that long. It was way faster than it usually is. So yeah, that's a good thing. So it started up very nicely. So I'm gonna give it a second, and then we're gonna shut it down, and then I'm gonna take a snapshot, and then I'm gonna start trying to mess with it. That must be long enough. Yeah, it messes with me. I'm not able to press this button. Okay, it does not look promising. I have the start button down here. I'll be able to see it very well because of my logo right there. But if I try to press the start button, nothing happens. If I right click, works fine. But yeah, so I don't think it's I think it might still be dodgy. Let's shut it down. This is planned. Continue. There, it is shut down. We can play with it. We can go in here. We can go snapshot, and we can take a snapshot. This is now, so take snapshot. And before messing with it, there we go. Take snapshot, and it takes no time at all when there is when it's off. So there we have it. We have a snapshot of it. So now I can turn it on again, and then we can try and do some stuff. Start now. There. Starts very quickly, so that's a good thing. So I'm gonna add the driver CD to the computer here, so that we can try and see if we can install this now that the VMware tools are uninstalled. So we're gonna mount this ISO file as a CD-ROM, CD/DVD. Where did my thingy go? There we are. So let's go there, and we have here is our DVD, or is it a CD? Don't know, it's a CD. And down here we should have, we can install that one or that one. We should be able, this is a 64-bit processor, so we should install that one. So let's double click that. Let's see if it will install all the good stuff. This failed exactly the same way as before. Installation come blah 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 with this package. Okay, if I go down here and I will choose settings, it comes up eventually, and I can choose home here, and I can go to my devices, I can go home, and if I try to use this update and security Windows blah 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 blah, it dies. I really wanted to throw some Windows updates on here, but doesn't seem like it really want to do that. See how it freezes and it doesn't do anything. So oops, seems like I was just not patient enough. So let's check for updates, see if it will do that for me. Okay, I am afraid that this isn't going too great. Let's just see it. Yeah, it has failed.
So very unfortunate. It seems like it's my virtual machine that is busted. It has been running for many years, so probably I don't know, I've installed some crap on it that doesn't want to go over. So yeah, oh, now you want to work. Oh, that was wonderful, thank you very much. It was some good suggestions in the comments. Unfortunately, it seems like it's just my server virtual machine that is cooked, and yeah, I'm gonna give up on it because this has taken way too long already. So I could probably have reinstalled that like 10 times plus whatever. So never mind. I hope you'll give this video a like anyway, for effort maybe. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.